time I started playing, but I guess that they were always singer-songwriters from the time you picked up a guitar.
Yeah, when I really felt like writing my own songs, the first time I remember was writing about a girl that I liked when I was in 8th grade.
I had a friend that I went to junior high school with, and we started writing songs together. He wrote one song that was so ingeniously constructed that he could put a different girl's name in it and it still rhymed. I see him every once in a while when I'm playing in New Hampshire, and he's like, I still think he's a genius. So
from there, I was in the high school bands, and the town that I grew up in Mississippi, it's very small, and there's only a few people that were in my high school that played anything, and so of course we were all in a band together, and I was a terrible singer, and so I always wanted to be the lead singer, and nobody would let me. So there was always one of my jerk friends who was the lead singer, and then they couldn't write songs, so I would write the songs and they would sing. And then we would do covers like my first bands were we would do like college rock, like REM and the Smiths and the Cure and the Pixies, and then a lot of classic rock like Stones and Beatles and all that stuff.
How did you get from Laurel to Oxford? It was just the closest place where there were gigs?
No, actually I went from Laurel to pretty much to Dallas, Texas, and then
wow.
I went to college in Texas, and then after.
Where'd you go to school?
Southern Methodist University.
SMU.
I was in English. I'll tell you how I wound up at SMU. When I was in Laurel, there was we had a swimming pool. It was like everybody went to in the summer, and there was a guy there who went to college at SMU, and he looked like Adonis. And he had a smoking, he had a girlfriend, I'd never even seen a girl like that except in magazines, and he would bring her to the pool in the summer, and I was like a little lifeguard, and he was like the head dude, and when my parents were like, where do you want to go to college? I was like, I want to go to SMU. You think I'm lying, but it's true. And then I went to Dallas one weekend because they had a get to know the college. The school. If you know anything about it, it has some stereotypes, which I knew nothing about. I still know nothing about the school. But when I went there, I went with a buddy of mine from Laurel, and we were there for the weekend, and they showed us around the campus, and some guy would tell you how that building was made. It was super boring, and then it was Saturday night, and I said we should go out. We should go out. They didn't say we couldn't go out, and he goes, yeah, okay, let's go out. So we go to this bar at 8 o'clock. And I meet this guy. He's there. They're throwing. He and a bunch of his friends are throwing a party there. And I met him, and he literally took me under his wing and took me out till 4 o'clock in the morning, and I met girls that were similar to the girl that had dated the lifeguard. And when I got home, I said, I have to go to school there, I have to go to school there. That was it. That literally is why I was in Dallas for 4 years, that day. And then when I was in college, I was friends with this guy named Jack Ingram, who's a country singer now.
No, I produced Jack's first record.
Well, there you go. And he was playing every Tuesday night at a place called Adair's.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was a mediocre guitar player, and he was a terrible guitar player. So he thought I was good, and I wanted to play with him because everybody would show up at his shows. Right. And then he made a record when I was in college for nothing, a few $1,000. Right. It was his actual first recording, and then I guess he went on and made records or whatever. But I thought, this guy sucks. I can make records. And I sold my Jeep, and then he doesn't really. I like him. He's a friend of mine. But I did think to myself, if he can make records and people will come out, I think I can do it too. And then I made a record, and people started coming out, and here you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Charlie Myers.
Right, Steve Earl, everybody, birthday boy. So they put this piano over here. I thought I might play on it if you don't mind. I was living in California all this past summer, and I was there. I was supposed to be writing a new record. And I don't know if you spent much time in California, but the level of productivity there is pretty low. And, basically, it was kind of like college in that all you have to do is make the grade and you can stay. I felt like I can spend the 90% of my time by this from my friend's swimming pool, and as long as I write a few songs while I'm out here, everything will be cool. And so this is one that I wrote. It's called Pacific Oceans.
Hang around a little longer, you might find I really care. Oh, I only went to the party 'cause I heard that you might be there, and that you might really care too. I bet I'm not the first boy to try not to think of you.
Mom's getting tired.
When I see you, it sure is nice. It's something like an ocean, something like
Do you love living in New York? Isn't this awesome?
I wanna take the wheel, 'cause I never had nothing like it in my life. I got all these emotions filling up Pacific Ocean. Hang around a little longer, you might find you really care. Oh, I'm afraid you're gonna wake up and wish that I wasn't there. I wish it wasn't true. I bet I'm not the first boy to try not to think of you. But oh, when I see you, it sure is nice. It's something like an ocean, it's something like paradise. I wanna take the wheel, 'cause I never had nothing like it in my life. I got all these emotions filling up Pacific Ocean. I don't wanna wake up and wish I wasn't there. I don't wanna wake up, I need someone who cares. It's true, I tried not to think of you. When I see you, it sure is nice. It's something like an ocean, it's something like paradise. I wanna take the wheel, 'cause I never had, I never knew that it doesn't have to be sad. I never had, I never knew that it doesn't have to be said to be true. Hang around a little longer. find you really care. Hang around a little longer, you might find you really care about all these emotions. Filling up Pacific Ocean.
Was that good? I feel good about that song. It's going to be on my next record, which is coming out at some point. It was supposed to come out like 2 weeks ago, and it didn't.
Aww.
Because it's a long story that you don't want to hear.
Aww.
So I was also in California. That's not true. I was in New York City, and my friend from my roommate from college, one of them I guess he's kind of my best friend. It depends on how we're getting along at the time, I guess. But he was here with his bride-to-be, and he said, "Will you write a song for us and sing it at our wedding?" And I thought, and it was a year away, so I said, "Sure, I'll do that." And I thinking that I would get out of it at some point, and that he would forget. And so I showed up I flew into Los Angeles on a Friday, and then I drove up to Santa Barbara, and his mom saw me at the rehearsal dinner, and she gave me this huge hug, and I thought there's something up, because she did not like me in college for some indiscretions that he had committed that I had taken the blame for so that he wouldn't get in trouble. And so, therefore, whenever they came to town, they hated me because they thought that I was the problem when really he was the problem. And when his stepdad gave me a hug, I knew something was fucked up. Because his name is Jeff, and he's kind of a jerk, and he doesn't like me either. And so she said, "Charlie, you don't have to sing us the song, just tell us the title." And I said, "The title of the song that I was supposed to write for your son's wedding tomorrow and sing on the beach is I Do." And she said, "That is perfect. That's perfect." So I get back to the Holiday Inn Express that night, and then I wake up the next morning, and my other roommate from college had hooked up with one of the bridesmaids, and like most people, they hook up at a wedding like you're out early. But all of a sudden they were friends, and they liked each other. And they were going to watch TV in the bed all day, so I had to go out on the balcony with the acoustic electric guitar that I rented from the music store, and I wrote this song. It's called I Do, and I sang it on the beach that day, and here it is.
Oh, I look up to you, you don't look down on me. Maybe you could be the one, be my honey. 1 and 1 is true, true as the days of summer, true as the sad man on my corner, true blue. Oh, you make me wanna say I do, I do, I do believe in you. This much I know is true, that I do. Oh, I look up to you. You don't look down on me. What do you see in me? Is it oceans of blue? How do you make the colors say in 1,000 crazy ways that in the end most things will be okay? Oh, you make me want to say I do, I do, I do believe in you. This much I know is true. Oh, it's a little grain of sand coming to you from a desperate man. This much I know is true, that I do. Look at my plan. It's such a simple plan, girl, to love you and always be true. I do believe in you. This much I know is true. Oh, it's a little grain of sand coming to you from a desperate man. This much I know is true, that all you make me wanna say I do. Thank you.
I've seen too many VH1 unplugged episodes, and I tend to talk between the songs and feel the need to tell you what they're about or to give you some clip. So if you have a problem with that, I don't know what to say. This next song I wrote, I was eating a banana popsicle, and I had on a pair of blue underwear, and I remember that it was a Tuesday, and I was on the phone in my apartment in Mississippi, and I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, and I was also listening to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon that day, and I was partaking in some extracurricular activities, and this song, I was trying to write songs, and I wasn't having that much success at it. And then I had this phone conversation, and I put the phone down and I went,
if you wanna come over and get high, we can listen to the dark side of the moon.
And I thought to myself, that's good. I am going to get another one of these banana popsicles, and I'm going to finish that song. And I'm glad that I did, because I have to say this song has paid a few bills for me over the last 3 years, which I like to do. Here you go.
Hey, Abigail, I know your day has been hell. Don't take to heart the words that he said. I know you're a good girl. You're not after nobody. He's just trying to get in your head. Oh, baby, if you wanna come If you wanna come over and get high. We can listen to the dark side of the moon. If you wanna come over and get high. We can listen to the dark side of the moon. Hey, 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 my friend, are you at it again? I think you hold your heart too close to the vest. I know you're a good man. You're not after nobody. She's just trying to get in your head. Oh, baby, if you want to come, if you wanna come over and get high. We can listen to the dark side of the moon. If you wanna come over and get high. We can listen to the dark side of the moon. And I won't have the right words to say. There's just no magic cure for the games people play. So if you wanna come over, hey Abigail, I know your day has been hell, girl. Don't take to heart the words that he said. I know you're a good girl. You're not after nobody. He's just trying to get to your head. On all the party people at City Winery in New York City like to sing. 1, 2, 3. If you wanna come over and get high. We can listen to the dark side of the moon. If you wanna come over and get high. We can listen to the dark side of the moon.
You get now, let's do it.
If you wanna come over and get high. We can listen to the dark side of the moon.
One more time.
Come over and get high. We can listen to the dark side of the moon.
All right. They played that song in some places a lot on the radio, and then in some places it was like a hit. And then the DJs, a DJ I remember once said, "Did you know that that song was going to be a hit for you?" And I said, "I thought that maybe it would when the following thing happened." I was in the car with my 2 nephews at the time. They were like 7 and whatever, and 4, and the album has no curse words on it, and so I thought I can listen to this record. I had to drive my brother's Suburban and follow his wife for some reason and him in their car, and I for some reason had the 2 nephews in the car seats. And so we listened to the whole record, and they were bopping around having fun, and then we got to my brother's in-laws house and they got out, and my brother said, "Did you have fun with your Uncle Charlie?" And the oldest one was like, "I want to get high, bitch." And he didn't say that, he sang the chorus. He was like, "I want to come over and get high and listen to the dark." My brother goes, "What did he just say?" I said, "I don't know." And then, like 2 weeks later, he called me and said that the principal or whatever they had in the kindergarten, I don't know if there's a principal there, he was in the sandbox singing it, and then all the other kids started singing it about getting high. And my brother called me and said, "Why is Colson singing about getting high?" And I said, "That's because that's a catchy ass song and I'm gonna make some money off of it." So I hope you liked it. It's called Listen to the Dark Side. want to do a couple more, and then that'll be that. So this next song I wrote. Someone suggested that I should sex it up a little bit, and so I thought maybe that I would.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Whenever I say, "Why don't you meet me by the back door?" all you gotta do is go, "I could meet you." Yeah, I could meet you. Can you do that?
I could
Let's
meet
practice.
you. I could meet you.
Why don't you meet me by the big door?
I could meet you. I could meet you.
I could meet you.
That was your one time I'm gonna show you better nail it. You got it?
Yes.
Why don't you meet me by the big door?
I could meet you. I could meet you.
That was terrible.
Why don't you meet me by the big door?
I could meet you. I could meet you.
We can work with that. Here you go.
Give me some touch, give me some violence. Oh, give it to me, baby, won't you give it to me? I know you saw me cross your picket fence. You've been wondering why ever since you got so weak in the knees. Whoa, please, why do you make me wait so long? When you know I've got this monkey to feed. Everybody, oh, why don't you meet me by the big door?
I could meet you. I could meet you.
I can meet you by the big door. Why don't you meet me by the big door?
I could meet you. I could meet you.
I got a little, I could use a little more. Whoa, my heart it wants one Katie, but my head wants wine. It says, oh, give it to me, Katie, won't you give it to me? I know you saw me cross your picket fence. You've been wondering why ever since you got so weak on your knees. Whoa, please, why do you make me wait so long? When you know I've got this monkey to please. Oh, why don't you meet me by the big door? I can meet you.
I could meet you.
Oh, I can meet you by the big door. Why don't you meet me by the big door? I can meet you, yeah, I can meet you. I got a little, I could use a little more. Whoa, please, why do you make me wait so long? When you know I've got this monkey to feed. You make me wait so long. When you know I've got this monkey to please. Oh, why don't you meet me by the big door?
I can meet you.
All right, where is everybody on that? Right, that's the climax of the song. You got to be there. You ready?
Yes.
Why don't you meet me by the big door?
I can meet you. I can meet you.
Yeah, I can meet you by the big door. Why don't you meet me by the big door?
I can meet you. I can meet you.
I got a little, I could use a little more. Whoa, why don't you meet me by the big door?
Meet you. I can meet you.
Alright, I got one more song and then Steve Earl is going to come back out here and hang out with me. This song is going to be on my new record. It's called Nothing But the Rain. I wrote it, I was in Austin, Texas. It was the month of February. I was staying with a songwriter friend of mine named Bob Schneider in his in his son's room. He's like 6. I was staying there. He was not there. That would have been weird. And when I went to sleep, it was snowing, and I had this long, vivid dream. I don't think it snows in Austin very much. Never, she said. And this song was running through the dream, and I woke up and I wrote the words down on a big piece of paper, like a kid's pad that was next to the bed. Then I took a little guitar and I plucked it out, and it turns out that the song was in my dream, and here it is. And I know that sounds like baloney, but it's true.
Woohoo! Love it.
There you go. And I would just like to say before he comes back out here that I will act like I don't think Steve Earle is the shit because we're friends and he's around me, and I'll be like, oh yeah, you're Steve Earle. But really, Steve Earle, all time, one of my favorites. Thank you so much for having me. And Alex Moore is the shit too.
She's next.
I had a dream I was in the mountains where the snowflakes fall. I heard a sound in the distance. I swore it was calling my name. You said it's nothing but the rain in his jealousy. And then we wound up in a sea or a river I could not tell. Me and Louise in the water where the snowflakes fell. Oh, won't you come a little closer? If I come closer, I may fall. Like the snow in the water and disappear in it all. I had a dream I was in the mountains where the snowflakes fall. I heard fear in the distance. I swore it was calling my name. You said, remember, it's nothing but the rain in his jealousy. And then we wound up in a sea or a river I could not tell. Me and Louise in the water where the snowflakes fell. Oh, won't you come a little closer? If I come closer, I may fall. Like the snow in the water and disappear in it all. Oh, I want to believe, even though I know that nobody here is as pure as the driven snow. Oh, won't you come a little closer? If I come closer, I may fall. Like the snow in the water and disappear in it all. Like the snow in the water and disappear in it all. I had a dream I was in the mountains where the snowflakes fall. Thank you.
Yeah, no, there you go. We're professionals around here. It's New York City and shit.
Not Charlotte, Texas.
y'all. We're gonna complete this thing, or well, we're gonna complete this part of it anyway. Hold on, and then we're gonna do this next little section here, and then I will play a couple of requests just because I said I would. Try to do what I say I'm going to. Sometimes I don't because I forget. No, I know I can't find the wire.
Oh,
That's what it is.
it's rocket science up here, folks.
Oh, I screwed right through it.
So cute.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
There it is.
Here it is. Where's Allison? That's my fault. When I got the wrong instrument.
Steve asked me when we were going to do this to come up with some songs that made me want to be a songwriter, and I thought to myself, I probably shouldn't come up with those 80s songs that I listen to on the radio on SL 100 in Laurel, Mississippi if I'm going to play with Steve Earle. So let's flash forward a couple of years when I actually started listening to some good shit. And this is one of my all-time favorite songs, and that's, yeah.
It's a good one. This was, I played this one before, but not on this instrument, so. Allison's got the accordion going over there. She didn't play accordion at all before our last tour, and it's pretty scary. I'm impressed. That's an instrument that fights you back.
I saw her standing on her front lawn, just a twirling the baton. Me and her went for a ride, and 10 innocent people died.
Saw off 14 across my map through the badlands of Wyoming. I killed everything in my path.
I can't say